Hello and welcome. You're watching News 9. I'm Shweta Kothari. The top story that we're tracking at this hour in an exclusive interview to the Financial Times, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has for the first time responded to the allegations of an Indian plot to assassinate Khalistani terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannun in the US. Now, the Prime Minister suggested that he will look into any evidence over the assassination plot, but also stated that a few incidents cannot derail US-India ties. He sought to play down the diplomatic impact of the US indictment last month, linking the Indian official to the attempted plot. Now, Prime Minister said, and I quote, "If someone gives us any information, we would definitely look into it. If a citizen of ours has done anything good or bad, we are ready to look into it. Our commitment is to the rule of law." Now, remember, Pannun is an American and Canadian citizen, has been advocating violence against India, including Air India and the derailment in Parliament. Prime Minister Modi said that India is, and I quote, "deeply concerned about the activities of certain extremist groups based overseas." He also said that these elements, under the guise of freedom of expression, have engaged in intimidation and incited violence, unquote. The Prime Minister noted that there is strong bipartisan support in the US for the strengthening of the bilateral relationship, which is a clear indicator of a mature and stable partnership. He said, and I quote, "Security and counter-terrorism cooperation has been a key component of our partnership. I don't think it is appropriate to link a few incidents with diplomatic relationships between the two countries." And moving on, in a response to the surge of COVID-19 cases and the detection of the new JN.1 variant in several parts of India, Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya conducted a high-level review meeting with the state counterparts. Now, this comes amid the World Health Organization's Tuesday statement that classified JN.1 virus strain as a variant of interest, although it said that the current evidence shows risk to public health was low. Now, India's Health Ministry issued an advisory to all states and union territories, emphasizing the need for heightened vigilance. As the festive season approaches, states were urged to implement public health measures, emphasizing respiratory hygiene. The advisory also stressed effective compliance with the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare operational guidelines for revised COVID-19 surveillance strategy. Now, on Wednesday, Kerala, remember, reported 292 total cases of the JN.1 virus, and Tamil Nadu had reported 13. Maharashtra saw cases rise to 11. Karnataka had 9 COVID cases in total. Both Telangana and Puducherry reported 4 cases each, while Delhi and Gujarat had 3 cases each. The state with the lowest COVID cases are Punjab and Goa, with 1 COVID case each as of yesterday. And those, of course, are the states where the new variant has been reported from: Telangana, Puducherry, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Delhi, as well as Punjab. The safest at the moment are Punjab and Goa, with only 1 case, followed by Delhi and Gujarat, which had reported 3 cases each. In Telangana and Puducherry, there are currently 4 active COVID cases. Now, Kerala's Health Minister Veena George had earlier called a high-level meeting to address the COVID-19 surge, with over 85% of cases in the country originating in the state. A recent mock drill assessed hospital preparedness, revealing available oxygen as well as ICU beds. The focus will now be on areas like Kochi and Thiruvananthapuram experiencing a rise in cases. The meeting emphasized increased testing for symptomatic individuals, and despite 10 COVID-related deaths in the month, the minister assured ample medicine and equipment stock available at the moment. After Cyclone Michaung hit Chennai and nearby areas, now 4 southern districts, particularly Tirunelveli and Tuticorin, are grappling with heavy rain unleashed by a cyclonic circulation. The Tamil Nadu government, along with armed forces, is undertaking rescue operations for stranded residents as the downpour wreaks havoc. The state labelled the rainfall as, and I quote, unprecedented, and enlisted IF choppers to airdrop relief material in Tirunelveli. Now, Tuticorin's Kayalpattinam saw a historic 95 centimeters of rainfall in 24 hours, leading to overflowing rivers and channels. Major reservoirs in the region are at capacity due to torrential rain in the catchment areas. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi chaired a review meeting with senior officials from central agencies and armed forces focused on assessing the flood situation in southern districts. The governor directed authorities to mobilize maximum resources for rescue as well as relief operations. Simultaneously, Chief Minister Stalin plans a visit to Tuticorin from Delhi the next morning. He aims to evaluate ongoing rescue efforts and assess the damage caused by rain and floods in the southern districts, including Tuticorin as well as Tirunelveli. And amid the ongoing continuous tension in Manipur, the burial of 87 bodies in the Churanchandpur district, which was supposed to be held on 20th of December, is now under the clouds of doubt and might as well get delayed. This comes after enforcement of Section 144 of the Criminal Procedures Code in Churanchandpur district until 18th of February 2024 due to the reported incidents of erratic violence in various parts of the area, according to an official order. Now, these violent incidents contributed to an overall tense atmosphere and enforcement of Section 144, which might delay the burial of the 87 bodies announced by the convener of the Joint Philanthropic Organization. The UP Cabinet has sanctioned a series of relief measures, including a COVID-0 period to be extended to developers based on recommendations from an expert committee led by former Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant. The aim is to revitalize stalled real estate projects in the state. The committee, citing the Indian Banks Association, identified 2.4 lakh stressed housing units, with the majority of them located in Noida as well as Greater Noida. The zero-period relief for realtors is substantial, wiping out nearly 4 years of interest and penalties on dues owed to the government for allocated land. Now, the Kant Committee proposed 2 zero-period waivers so far, one for the COVID pandemic from March of 2020 to March of 2022 and another from August of 2013 to the June of 2015 during the National Green Tribunal's construction work stoppage around the Okhla Bird Sanctuary until the eco-sensitive zone was notified. Now, builders are set to benefit from a 46-month zero period, erasing almost 4 years of interest and penalties. Registries can be unlocked through a rescheduling plan requiring partial payment upfront. Unfinished projects in the needs of fund will be overgoing the oversight of RERA. The introduction of co-developer policy allows companies to inject funds into projects and bring them to completion. Now, certain flat owners may witness the processing of their flat registries as they have already cleared dues with the builders. Meanwhile, other buyers may face delays until construction is completed, allowing builders to resume projects with reduced financial burdens. For some, resolution may hinge on court case outcomes, or resolution professionals involved in NCLT cases may need to identify new developers. Shifting focus to the ongoing winter session of the Parliament, some key bills are stated to be taken up for discussion in the Parliament today amid record number of opposition members who are now suspended. The Lok Sabha is at present considering three important bills which are seeking to reform criminal laws. Now, the bill seeks to repeal and replace the Indian Penal Code of 1860, Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 and Indian Evidence Act 1872. The bills were initially introduced by Home Minister Amit Shah in the monsoon session of the Parliament and were referred to a parliamentary standing committee. This comes amid suspension of 144 MPs or members of the Parliament accused of disrupting proceedings in both the houses, which has now sparked debate over the state of parliamentary proceedings. The opposition, terming it as a mockery of democracy, has accused the government of bulldozing through important legislations without proper debate. The government, in response, blamed the opposition for disrespecting the Speaker and the Parliament itself. Now, even the President, Draupadi Murmu, and Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar expressed concerns over Kalyan Banerjee's mimicry attempt outside of the Parliament. Now, this unprecedented move raises critical questions about the strength of democracy in India and whether the opposition is resorting to dramatic and very dramatic theatrics outside of the Parliament. As you can see on your screens, the member of the Parliament who had in fact mimicked the Vice President, there is a currently protest going on with people raising slogans. Now remember, this suspension saga is unfolding. The Lok Sabha has now managed to pass three bills on the very same day. The Congress, now left with only 9 unsuspended MPs in Lok Sabha, described this mass suspension as a complete purge. Of the current strength of the Parliament, which is 238, 46 MPs have been suspended, and currently opposition has less than 100 MPs.
One's name. I have not said either it is Rajya Sabha or it is Lok Sabha. It's a mock parliament was going on. If he has taken on his shoulder, I am really helpless. Does he really behave like this in the Rajya Sabha? That's my question. Now that's my question. No, I have never intended. There will be sin. Either you allow me to speak, otherwise you will. No, then either you allow me to speak or then. Now I will tell. I have never any intention to hurt anyone. Dhankar Sahab is also in my profession. He is a senior than me. He is also senior advocate. I am also senior advocate. In our profession, we never hurt anyone. I did not intend to do it. But if he is hurt, then I do not know why he is taking it on his shoulder itself. I do not know, because my question is, if he thinks that there is similarity between the behavior of him and myself, then my question is, does he behave in this way in the Rajya Sabha? I have a great respect for Dhankarji. Firstly, he belongs to my profession. Secondly, he was our ex-governor. Thirdly, he is our vice president. He is the chairman. But I did not want to hurt anyone. And it's not, please. It's one type of art. One type of art. Mimicry has been done by also the Honorable Prime Minister in the Lok Sabha itself. I can show you the video. He has done it in the last term in 2014 to 2019 in the Lok Sabha itself. But everyone has taken it as okay. It's not seriously. But if anyone takes it seriously, I am helpless.
Now, what we have seen in the country in the last few days is a travesty of parliamentary democracy. In fact, I did a bit of research. Never in the entire history of parliamentary democracy has any parliament in any country in the world ever suspended or expelled 150 people. That is the dubious record that has been set in our parliament this week. Everyone understands a basic principle of parliamentary democracy is the accountability of the Council of Ministers to the Parliament. When Parliament is in session, anything that happens, the government's duty is to come to Parliament and discuss it with them before going out. When the opposition called for a discussion on the security breach and requested that the Home Minister should come and speak to Parliament, as you all know, the Home Minister did not come. He was giving statements outside to the media, he was giving press interviews, but he was not prepared to speak inside Parliament. This is why the opposition protested. And I must say that the reaction has been completely disproportionate to the actual offence of protesting. The protest was for a very democratic parliamentary reason, which is to have the Home Minister come and initiate a discussion. The opposition had come to this winter session determined to cooperate fully in the functioning of Parliament. That's how the session began also. We wanted to participate in major debates on matters of national importance. But what we have seen, sadly, is the government has no interest in letting the opposition function responsibly in Parliament.
वो पर्पसली सबको सस्पेंड करके कोई अपोजिशन के नेताओं ने हाउस में नहीं आना और चर्चा में हिस्सा नहीं लेना, उनके जो 3 बुरे कानून आ रहे क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर के, ये इसको कोई विरोध नहीं करना, ये उनका मंशा है। एक दूसरी उनकी मंशा है कि सबको बाहर निकाल के कि एक डिक्टेटरशिप चलाने की वो कोशिश कर रहे हैं और ये डेमोक्रेसी में नहीं चलेगा। आज नहीं कल उनको ये भारी पड़ेगा। इसीलिए हम लोगों के सामने जा रहे हैं और उसके लिए हमारी पूरी तैयारी भी है। आज जो हम प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, फिर कल भी हम ऐसा ही प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे जब तक वो खुद आके सबको सबका सस्पेंड रिवोकेशन करके चर्चा को जब तक वो मान्यता नहीं देंगे तब तक ये चलते रहेगा। ये तो एक अनडेमोक्रेटिक वे ऑफ फाइटिंग है उनका और हमको मुंह बंद करना चाहते। अब हम बंद होने वाले नहीं, हमारा मुंह भी बंद नहीं।
Now, addressing the concerns, Congress Parliamentary Party Chief Sonia Gandhi criticized the suspension of the 141 opposition MPs from the Parliament, saying that democracy has been strangulated by this government. Now, Gandhi said it is unprecedented for so many MPs to be suspended from the House for raising a perfectly reasonable as well as legitimate demand. According to her, the opposition MPs had only requested a statement from the Home Minister regarding the breach of Parliament. She emphasized that there are no words to describe the arrogance with which this request was treated. Sonia Gandhi asserted that the events that took place on 13th of December are inexcusable and cannot be justified.
Other people can stand here itself.
Democracy down, down. Democracy down, down.
And the showdown outside the Parliament continues. We're bringing you all those details right here on News 9. Thank you very much for watching.
With all this gear, you must be wondering if I'm climbing a mountain. Well, let me give you a wider look of this place. This is Asia's largest mountain of shame.
A mountain of waste, almost the height of the Qutub Minar.
When you enter capital cities of some of the biggest countries in the world, you don't have 3 garbage mountains waiting to welcome you, depending on whichever side of the city you enter from.
The thing is that a lot of times we talk about landfills only when there's a fire at the landfill. You need to understand that a landfill is at fire almost throughout the year. It's only when the firefighters are not able to douse the fire is when it actually catches the nation's attention, the city's attention, or media attention.
The towering landfills worsen one of Delhi's biggest problems: pollution.
यहाँ पर आप रात को आओ, दिन में आओ, आप 1 घंटे बैठ नहीं सकते बाहर। इतनी धूल, प्रदूषण, महक, आप खाना भी नहीं खा सकते बाहर बैठ के।
Life around the landfill is a curse.
हमारे घर में जो बड़े हैं उन्हें अस्थमा के वो पेशेंट है, आए दिन उनको नेबुलाइजर लगाना पड़ता है।
डॉक्टर ने भी मुझे ये चीज बोला कि यहाँ का एरिया छोड़ के कहीं और चाहिए।
Delhi's garbage mountains are now a fetid symbol of the national capital